Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl Lisa Baxter going live, giving you a little talk and a little information about transplants. Yes, about transplants. We're going to have just a little talk and a little conversation. I won't keep you or talk to you long, but this is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in a kidney world. Yes, oh yes, oh yes, V for victory. True and true. Okay, I just wanted to talk a little bit about transplant. What is a transplant? Some people know, some people don't know. Some people understand and some people don't understand. A kidney transplant is a surgery to give someone a new kidney. Sometimes a transplant can also be a heart or another organ, part of a liver or something like that. You got people with different transplants. You got liver, kidney, heart, pancreas, and so on. But I'm talking about kidney transplant at this particular time. The new kidney takes over the work that the failed kidney could not do. That's right, the new kidney takes over what the failed kidney could not do. Okay? Maybe it was doing it at one time, it is not doing it now, so you need a transplant. The person getting the new kidney is called the recipient. So if it was you getting it, like when I got my kidney, I was the recipient. Okay, I was on dialysis 12 years and I've been a transplanted person for 4. So I am a recipient. All right. The person that's giving the new kidney is called the donor. So the person that's have the 2 kidneys and giving one away is the donor. Okay. A transplant is not an option for everyone. So it's not for everybody. To be a candidate for a transplant, a person has to be healthier enough to do the surgery. All right. The person also must be able to take the medicines that will help him or her body to accept the new kidney. I know I take anti-rejection medication, and I started off with like 19 pills in the morning, then I got 16 at night, and now I only do 4 in the morning and 2 at night. You know what I mean? It depends how your body take it. They say, well, you might get diabetes, you might get high blood pressure, you can get a certain like skin cancer and stuff like that. They explain a lot of stuff to you, but I'm just putting it out there and giving you an idea and telling you some of the stuff. I know when I got um, my transplant too, this was my medication thing I had to use. I really meant to put more things over here, but I happen to have this near me, and this has the morning, evening, bedtime medication thing. And mostly my medications were more so morning and night. It wasn't so much noon and stuff like that. It lessens as time go on. But what I liked about the thing is that I was able to, they open. Wanted to show you how they open. They come out too. So if I wanted to travel with it or I went someplace that day, I could still have my medication. And you see, it opens freely and easily. You can wash it and everything. All right, see? And it has the days of the week and everything. And it snaps in and out of place. So from all the way from Sunday all the way to Saturday. See? Well, that wasn't secure. But you know what I'm saying, and you get what I'm saying. What? I didn't know I had any medication in there. And that's my old thing. My other one is over there. That's smaller and more portable, and it really flips in and out. I think the words is coming off of it now. But anywho, I'm getting back to this. All right. Now, transplant is not for everybody. The person's kidney doctor and the social worker will help him or her to get a referral to see a transplant team. So it's a team of people. It's not just one person or one doctor dealing with you. You're dealing with a team. All right. Just like at dialysis, you were dealing with a team. You had a whole different team. Everything is a team. All right. A person can self-refer himself You can also refer your own self, okay? And that means that the person can call a transplant center directly. All right. So you can do that. I mean, I got my transplant at Mount Sinai, and people were, you can get on more than one list. You don't have to be just on one list, you know. But sometimes when you be on more than one list, sometimes you do have to travel or go to that place to. You might have to stay there when you get, going through the transplant part of it might be, a few months. But you will learn all of that because you'll get to ask questions. You get to hear a lot. And there's a lot to take in. It's a good thing, but it's still a lot to take in. Okay? So the transplant team will meet with the person to share information. See, they will discuss the waiting list, the tests, the needs to be done, what tests that needs to be done. Let me be clear, the tests that need to be done. Okay, and what will happen after the transplant. The transplant team will answer questions and describe the next step. So you will get a clear understanding. And if you feel you're not clear, then ask until you get clear. All right. Other things to be carefully think about were deciding on the kidney transplant include getting better after your surgery, possibly rejection of the kidney. So you got to be prepared if the kidneys stop working or rejecting. I know some people said their kidney was sleeping, they got a little dialysis, and they were fine. And then some people, unfortunately, kidney didn't wake up or it didn't get any better. So that's a whole another pill to swallow and to deal with. But you will know if you come to this conclusion, then you'll know what you would have to do. Side effects of medication that that keeps the body from rejecting. All right. Um, Now there's some side effects. I mean, I take prednisone and Celsep, and I take oh, I'm looking over there at the my sister had a cleaning lady come in and I died most of the stuff away so she'd be able to clean, dust nicely. But anyway, the medication, I sometimes the medication made me nauseous, sometimes it made me tired or sleepy or dizzy, hungry. I don't know why I was hungry, moody. You know what I mean? What was the other thing? I was moody. Sometimes I sleep very good and sometimes I'm up. I'm just up as I was when I was on dialysis. I had terrible insomnia on dialysis. So, the side effects. So it can affect your bones. I had low calcium on dialysis, and the medication deal with your bones. So let me tell you, I have osteoporosis and everything. So that's hard to deal with because then I end up dealing with a cane, dealing with a walker, dealing with a brace on my leg, dealing with arthritis, bone joint disease, shando. So just be prepared for the side effects. All right. Um, and a possible added medication cost. Sometimes, that the medical cost can be, I know for a transplant is high, and I have a paper and talk on that as well. And I want to give you facts. I don't want to just be rambling off the top of my head, even though some of the stuff I know by heart from dealing with transplant. A kidney transplant is only one treatment option. It is not the total cure for kidney failure. It does not cure kidney disease. Yeah, I got a transplant and I still got polycystic kidney disease. I already had it. So where was that going? But I'm not on dialysis. Hallelujah. Okay. If a person has a chronic illness that causes kidney failure, like high blood pressure or diabetes, having a transplant kidney may not cure the illness. If it is not, if it cannot, if it cannot have a kidney transplant, oh, if you cannot, sorry, it's late. I don't know why I did this late, but I wanted to try anyway. If you cannot, I'm going to keep it 1,000. If you cannot have a kidney transplant, if you do not want to have one, there are other treatments that may fit your lifestyle. So you got some options. You got some choices to make. It doesn't have to be a transplant. It took me a long time to do a transplant. It took me to 12 years, but um, my husband was a perfect match, but he ended up with cancer, colon cancer, and couldn't give me the kidney. And then I could have took the kidney when he passed away, but my heart was broken. I wasn't thinking about no kidney. Somebody asked me 6 months later, "You get Mitch kidney?" And I said, "What?" And I had forgotten. It went with him. So I love and miss my baby. I had all of them anyway, even if I didn't get the kidney. Shondo. How much does a kidney transplant cost? Wow, this thing is expensive. It's a lot of money. Thank God for insurance. You know, um, Many of the companies that makes the transplant drugs will work with you. You know what I mean? Because it can get costly, right? And you can ask your doctor, you can ask your pharmacist, you can ask your team about some of these places. You can ask a transplant center about the different things that can help you to pay because they're going to talk to you about that anyway because it has to be talked about because it's something serious and true that you have to talk about. Your transplant center may make you to have a plan in place to pay for medications. So it can be a plan in place and that be because these medicines are very important for you to take. So you don't want to go through all of that and not be able to pay for it or not be able or fail because you couldn't take them. So they're trying to help you and you're trying to help yourself. So it's a team effort. Trust me, it's a team effort. All right. Some people have Medicare coverage and only because of kidney failure that they have that. For those people, Medicare payments stop after 3 years after they had a transplant. So I had mine. Mine had stayed an extra time, but I was paying I was $139 a month, and I already had coverage from the job, coverage from Medicare, and paying that extra stuff. It was really wasn't easy, but I was doing it. But I didn't notice I was still paying it after the transplant, and didn't know that I didn't need it or something. But you need everything you need. Trust me. Get it all. All right. The patients will need to find other health insurances, see, before Medicare coverage ends. So while you got the thing running good, then you go find some other extra insurances. Apply for some, ask about some, talk to some. I mean, they have them on TV all the time. But sometimes you can do what your family is doing. Sometimes your family has certain good insurances. Generally, Medicare Part A covers these transplant services: inpatient service as approved in the hospital, kidney registry fee, laboratory and other tests needed to be evaluated, your medical condition, and your condition of your potential kidney donors. Wow, that's good to know. Okay, the cost of finding the proper kidney for your transplant surgery, the full cost of care for your kidney donors, and your blood if transfusion is needed. So Part A covers that. Part B helps pay for these transplant services. You hear me? You feel me? You're listening? I ain't mad at you. The doctor's services for kidney transplant surgery. Good, the doctor getting paid. He gonna get paid. Doctor's services for your kidney donors during your donor's hospital stay. So good. You got your donor, they're paying for their stay. Okay, that's great. Man. Okay, all right, your immune suppressants drugs, generally for a limited time after you leave the hospital following a transplant, blood and infusions if needed. So both part A and part B pays for those infusions. So that's good to know. I know I always had insurance, but when I was off trying to find out the different things with this thing with my back, and I was working with it, and I was in so much pain I couldn't do it anymore. My job took my insurance away, and they said the day that I stepped back into the job, they would give it back to me, and they did. But all that time I was out without insurance, so I couldn't pay for the medicine. So thank God that the hospital gave me like a whole bulk of medicine that I had to go pick up. That helped me a great deal. You know what I mean? So that was helpful. That really was a blessing and helpful. And I mean, I knew doctors and nurses and people and different places that would help me, and they really did come through. I had no idea I would be in a predicament like that. A person that's working, who knew? Who knew? All right, getting the facts. Getting the facts of kidney transplantation. A kidney transplant is an operation during which someone gets a new kidney. The new kidney comes from another person. The person giving the kidney is called the donor. We went through that, but I'm saying it again. You never know. What what do I need to know about getting a kidney transplant? The transplanted kidney cleans your blood the same way your kidney did when they were healthy. So, the kidneys that you was born with that cleans your blood, the transplanted one will clean the blood too. All right, and the types of donors. You got different types of donors. You got a living donor, can be a family member. A living donor could be someone who is not related to you. So it could be somebody close. So my husband wasn't related to me. He's my husband, but he's not related by blood. But he was a perfect match. Who knew? All right. The donor is checked by the transplant center to make sure that he or she is healthy enough to donate. A lot of times the person might mean well, but they're not healthy enough to donate. I know one time I got a call and they said, "Oh, the person was on drugs. They did intravenous drugs and stuff like that." And I said, No. I just said no. I never used drugs, and I didn't know what the person might have had. Not here now that people with different illnesses, they can help the kidney and fix it up, and so you don't get sick or catch anything. You know, but those are a lot of things to consider. You know what I mean? But you know your body, you know how you feel, and sometimes you got to just talk the stuff over with your family. You make a decision, and sometimes things go south, or go the other way, or where you didn't plan. So you want to be prepared. It goes good, yay, and you still need a plan. It goes south, but you still need a plan. I don't care how it goes, you're gonna need a plan. And some help, some support, and somebody in your corner. You know what I mean? Your girl gonna tell it to you. All right. The centers also make sure that the donor is offered his or her kidney willingly without pressure from anyone. Now, I don't know anybody that you can make give you no kidney. If that was the case, some people would have had one years ago. All right. A non living donor is someone who has recently died. Okay. So it could be somebody, gone a long time. It had to be somebody that recently died. All right. The family has to agree to donate the kidney. A lot of times the person said it and meant it, but the family don't agree with it sometimes. So it got to be a plan or something written. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about that. Yeah, there's always more to talk about when it comes to transplant. So you just got to make up your mind as to what you really want to do. All right. Now, planning for a kidney transplant. Okay, you can plan for the kidney transplant. Kidney transplant is a surgery that take take. I don't know what's going on with my reading, and I graduated college. take place, a healthy kidney from a donor into a person whose kidney is no longer working properly. So it goes from one person to the other person. You can live with one kidney. Only the kidney is transplanted. All right. A kidney transplant is one type of treatment for end stage renal disease. Getting a transplant can be a life changing decision. So you want to think about it first. You just don't want to up and do it. Stay in touch with members of your healthcare team. Talk with your kidney doctor. Talk with the social worker. Social workers there. I'm a social worker myself. I'm a social worker with families. Not a kidney social worker, but they're good to talk to. They're helpful. They're resourceful. At least they should be, and it's supposed to be. You know? You know, get your evaluation. You got to get evaluated for these things. You know what I mean? They do take you through some tests, and you want to pass all the tests, be right with the tests, all the tests that they give you, with the treadmill and, the heart thing and all of that, the running, the GYN, the blood work, everything. You just want to get it all done. They even do psychological tests to make sure because some people, feel funny or scared about taking an organ and all kind of stuff. So you just never know what you feeling or thinking until it's your turn or your time. All right, your social worker can help you start an evaluation process and learn about transplant hospitals and centers. Okay, all right. To be sure that you can get your transplant center for all to get to all your appointments for your transplant center. You want to get to your appointments, right? All right. You will meet with a transplant team that will work with you to make sure your transplant is successful as possible. Yeah, I had a good team. Anytime I had an emergency, they had a hotline number, and then I had the doctor's cell phone numbers too. But one thing, once you start dealing with them for a while, you know, you get more and more independent. I miss all the attention and the love I was getting. I just feel a little sad that I didn't, I enjoyed the relationship with them. And then it just feel cold after that. You know what I mean? There's a quick hello, a quick goodbye, and like assembly line, like we felt when I was on dialysis. So, but sometimes there was some good feelings there. So just take it, whatever you can take it as long as you get it. Preparing for kidney transplant. Okay. That's put planning for, and this one is preparing. When you be sure to follow up with all your doctor's appointments. Gotta follow with them appointments. Don't miss them. All right. Do not skip or shorten your dialysis treatment. Please don't do that. So many, a kidney works every day, and dialysis only 3 times a week, so you can't afford to miss it. You know what happened when you miss it. All kind of things. Swelling and what happens. The ones on dialysis, no. Maybe you don't know who's not on dialysis that might be looking. But there's a couple of things you don't want to happen. Fluid overload or anything like that. All right. Take your medications and follow the instructions you are given by your doctor and pharmacist, and by the pharmacist too. All right. Stick to your renal diet. All right. Your renal diet. All right. Work closely with your dietitian on your healthier care team, your healthcare team, to make a meal plan that is right for you. So they can design a whole meal plan for you. Take your time. Talk to your doctors about exercise and ways to be more active. Be more active. Move, do your thing, exercise, get the body moving. Come on, do a little walking, a little dancing, a little movement, a little something to get it going. Ride a bike. But, clear stuff with your doctor, because I'm no doctor to tell you to do anything, but these are the things that I've got from good people. All right. Hands often. Use hand sanitizer. You can wear a mask while receiving your dialysis treatment and during flu season. If you are called for a transplant while you are sick, you may not be able to receive it until you are better. Trust me. They called me. I was on my way to the hospital in an ambulance because the dialysis sent me because I caught a cold from one of the children at work. And boy, I tried everything to get rid of that. Natural, all kind of stuff. It wouldn't go for nothing. You know, so I promised them I would go to the doctor, and they called the ambulance to make sure I went. And they took me. Now, I always was agreeable. And, I would try doing it myself before I want to go to some hospital. But, I did what they said. And I couldn't believe I got a call while I was in the ambulance. So I had to tell them, listen, I'm on the way to the hospital. They said, oh, we got to patch you up. They called me 4 times, but that fourth time I got the kidney. First time, they was for a child or a young person, and I don't mind. I wasn't sick enough. I wasn't even sick, so I figured if somebody really ill need the kidney, give it to them first. I can wait. I waited 12 years. I mean, what's another? What's a little more time? You know what I mean? It was almost 13 years. But anyway, if you have to visit the emergency room or have a hospital stay, call your transplant coordinator. Also, now, let he or she know if you have an illness like the flu or pneumonia. It is very important to your transplant coordinator. hmm Okay, to know about any changes in your health. All right. So that was important. It's important for them to know. Important reminders. You know what I mean? Mm-mm-mm. Make sure your transplant team have the best phone numbers to call you. Come on now. You don't want to miss that call for that kidney. You better make sure every number works that you can get back to them. They used to tell me that when I went for an acting part because I was a professional actress for a good minute. When I go back, and you don't answer the call, they go on to somebody else. I believe it's the same thing with the kidney. So get them numbers right. Your transplant center may not accept you. Um why different what? One transplant center may not accept you while a different one might. So one transplant center may take you and another one may not, you know. So I know the ones I was going trying to go with one in Florida, I believe Pennsylvania as well. But when my husband was sick, I couldn't leave him. And they were calling me and he kept saying, babe, go, babe, go. I'm like, go. I can't go. Who want to take care of you? You know what I mean? That's just how tight we was. You know what I mean? I love the man. Still got my ring on. He's been going 5 years. Sean though. Anywho, don't always get anybody to love you like that. Not everyone can get a transplant. A patient must be healthy enough to have the surgery. You also must be able to take the medication which will keep your body accept your body accept the new kidney. You gotta take your stuff. You gotta take your stuff, deal with your stuff. Ooh, I'm telling you. I remember when they was giving me the medicine, I was swallowing that 32 ounces of fluid. And they kept telling me, you gotta stop acting like you're on dialysis. And you talking about 12 years of saying, don't drink too much water. Strict diet and everything. Now you got a transplant. You hardly can believe what to do. I don't know, I'm telling you. The kidney transplant surgery. What is the surgery like? I got a couple of marks got to tell you. But anyway, I'm going to read it off the paper. Okay. Doctors will do tests to make sure the donor's kidney will be a good match. The transplant surgeon takes about 2 or 4 hours. It was a minute, boy, I'm telling you. Usually, only one kidney is transplanted. On rare occasions, two kidneys are transplanted. Well, I only got one. I got the two that I was born with and the extra one, so I got three kidneys up in this body. All right, that's what I get for losing my spot now. All right, doctors will place the kidney in your lower belly. Yeah, they pointed it out to me. Your belly is also called the abdomen. Abdomen, excuse me. A person can live a healthy life with one working kidney. Mm-hmm. I'm a witness to that. What happens after the surgery? Let me tell you some things. Your transplant team will check to make sure the new kidney is working. Oh, yeah, they check on you a lot, talk to you a lot. You go to a lot of appointments. You go to a lot, they see you a couple of times a week and it dwindles down to, till it gets to a month, once a month, and every 3 months, every 6 months, every year. I know that's how it was in New York. I don't know where else is like that. Your transplant team will check on you, right? Your new kidney may start to work and make urine right away. Mine did. They kept saying, Lisa, you're holding it. I didn't even know I was holding it. They had something up there. I'm like, what? All the things they told me they was going to do to me, I was nervous and scared. But, and it was my first surgery without my husband and my sister, who was both passed away, a year apart. So that was rough. But God kept me and he helped me to deal with it. After the surgery, you will be given medications to help your body keep the new kidney. If your body immune system attacks the new kidney, it is called rejection. It'll say, what's that in there? I don't know what that is. Let's get it. Well, So thank God that the war, it wasn't war. You know what I'm saying? So, you must always take these medicines. You should never skip a dose. I'm telling you. I got scared one time because I took it and then I got sick and I threw up. So I called the doctor and he said, well, first he wanted to know how much. And then he said, no, you don't have to take it again because you took it that one time. And then one time I think I left it home. And I was always responsible and stuff like that. I don't know what happened. But he said, well, when you get home, you take it and then you take it in. But you had to take the medicine 12 hours apart. If you take it 8 o'clock in the morning, you take it at 8 o'clock at night. 9, 9, 12, 12, 11, 11, whichever way you want to do it. Whew. And these medicines will reduce the strength of your immune system. This can lead to an infection. Your transplant team will tell you about the medicines you will need. You're supposed to go make sure you get there. Stay in contact with them. Talk with them. Build a relationship with them. You know what I mean? Tell them how you feel. You know what I mean? You feeling sick, you feeling emotional, you feeling scared. Whatever it is, the medicine is making you, feel bad. You can't swallow them. Whatever the issue or the thing is, you can ask them and you could talk to them. It's not a bad thing. So we're going to talk some more about transplants and stuff like that. Different type of things, let you know about a little bit more about the centers and a little bit more about the team. We're going a little bit depth, but I don't like to give you too much, and that was a lot. But I try to put a little bit of myself or a little bit of my family because I had 6 siblings on dialysis, 2 aunts, an uncle, and a mother-in-law, and a great aunt on dialysis. You know what I mean? And I'm finding out more about more members that went on. And they went on different reasons. Some of them from polycystic, some of them from high blood pressure, some of them from diabetes, and things of that nature. Yeah, on my father's side, high blood pressure and heart trouble, not just kidney disease. My mother's side was diabetes. There was more diabetes issues than anything else on her side, So I try to get things good or do things better, get things right, or try, We all are trying. To God be the glory. I wish my parents was alive and my husband to see me be on the cover of a magazine. To God be the glory. Or even to write the 6 books, working on the 7th. And I just thank God. Thank God for you for always tuning in, always being a blessing, always looking out, always being supportive, always caring, sharing, liking, making us go viral. We appreciate it all on everything. So enjoy your day, enjoy your night, enjoy your evening, enjoy your life. Peace. I'm getting better at this.